Dear students, myself Professor Gyama Naik H, Department of Economics, welcome you all for online video lecture on Indian economics of 6th semester. Friends, in earlier video lecture I had covered various subtopics of the first unit, that is classification and meaning of economic systems of the world, the meaning and general characteristics of developed and underdeveloped countries, and basic characteristics of Indian economy as an underdeveloped economy, structure of Indian economy, economic reform measure of 1991, their merits and demerits, that is positive and negative impacts of economic reforms of Indian economy, environment and economic development, etc. In today's lecture, I am going to cover another most important subtopic, that is India a developing economy or not? Friends, while covering or discussing the basic characteristics of Indian economy, by looking into the various basic features, we conclude and say that India is an underdeveloped economy. But today, India is not a underdeveloped economy of the British rule, but it is a developing economy. This statement can be substantiated with the help of the changes or progress that India made in different sectors of the economy over the years. Friends, before we go on to discuss the various facts with which we can prove and say that India is a developing economy, let us begin with the introduction. India is a developing economy. Though Indian economy possesses all basic features of underdeveloped economy, but it is not underdeveloped economy of the British period, but presently Indian economy may be described as a developing economy, that is economy which is moving on the path of economic progress. What is developing economy? Developing economy is one which is moving on the path of economic progress. Important from the point of the examination, that is objective type question. What is a developing economy? Please try to note the meaning of developing economy. Friends, now let us analyze one by one how the Indian economy is a developing economy, what facts we can quote and substantiate India as a developing economy. Let us discuss one by one. Number one, increase in growth rate of national income and per capita income. Here, NI stands for national income and PCI stands for per capita income. Don't use abbreviation in an examination. Please write full form of it. The growth rate of national income and per capita income was rather very slow, that is 3.5% and 1.4% per annum during the initial period of 5-year plans, that is national income and per capita income witnesses very slow growth rate before or in the initial period of 5-year plans. This slow growth rate in national income and per capita income described as Hindu rate of growth by Professor Raj Krishna. What is the meaning of Hindu rate of growth? It implies very slow growth rate in national income and per capita income. But at later years, national income and per capita income increases at the rate of 5.6%, 6.5%, 7.5%, and 1.4%, 3.2%, and 5.9% respectively between 1981 and 2010. So both national income and per capita income shows a improvement in the growth rate. The second fact, that is increase in agricultural production. The agricultural production of India was very low and facing severe shortage of food production at the time of independence. But after the introduction of Green Revolution in the year 1966, Indian agricultural production was increased from 51 million tons to 265 million tons, and presently India achieved almost self-sufficiency in the food production. This is another important fact. There is an improvement in the agricultural production. The third fact, that is change in industrial sector and industrial production. Industrial structure of India was very backward and in favor of consumer goods at the time of independence. But after 1951, India's industrial structure became more broad-based and changed in favor of capital goods. Presently, India achieved self-sufficiency in many industrial goods and enjoys the status of India one among the 10 most industrialized nations of the world. This is also another important fact, the progress or improvement we witnessed in industrial sector as well as industrial production. Next one is increase in public sector investment. The public sector investment of Government of India has been increasing during the various 5-year plans. For instance, during the first 5-year plan period, the public sector investment of Government of India was just 1960 crores, and it was increased by 10th plan 15,25,639 crores. This table shows how there is a substantial improvement or increase in the public sector investment of government after independence. Next point, that is change in occupational structure. The occupational structure of India has been changing in favor of secondary and tertiary sector of the economy. For instance, the percentage of people dependent on primary sector is declining and the percentage of people dependent on secondary and tertiary sector is increasing. This is seen in the following table, how the percentage of people depend on primary, secondary and tertiary sector, that percentage will be was declined from the different or during the different years. Next fact is change in sectorial contribution. The sectorial contribution of India was also changing significantly towards GDP. For instance, the contribution of primary sector is declining and contribution of primary sector and secondary sector is increasing. This is seen in the following table, how the contribution of primary sector, secondary sector is increasing towards GDP. This can be proved with the help of this table. Next fact is increase in social overhead expenditure. Government of India is spending lot of money on various social overhead facilities such as education, health and sanitation, water, irrigation, transport, etc. from time to time. So there is a substantial increase in the government social overhead expenditure. It is another fact with which we can say that some changes or progress made in different fields of the economy. Next one is improvement in standard of living of the people. Due to the various developmental efforts of the government, production, employment and national income increases substantially in the country. As a result, people enjoying improved standard of living, that is declining death rate and increasing life expectancy. Next fact is progress in banking and financial sector. The structure of money market and capital market what was witnessed a drastic change. For instance, the establishment of many specialized financial institutions, nationalization of commercial banks, extension of banking services to rural and remote areas. As a result, saving and capital formation of the country increases substantially. Next one is progress in science and technology. Lot of progress was also made in the field of science and technology. For instance, most of the modern machines and instruments were produced with the help of domestic scientific knowledge. Apart from that, India also made remarkable progress in the field of atomic research, space research, etc. And as a result, India is enjoying status of having largest number of engineers, technicians and scientists in the world. So after having discussed the various facts or some changes or progress India made in different sectors of the economy after independence, now let us we conclude this particular aspect. From the above all facts, we conclude that Indian economy not a stagnant economy of the British rule, but it is a developing economy moving on the path of economic progress. Now friends, after having discussed how Indian economy is a developing economy, now let us recapitulate the things that we have discussed so far in the under first unit. Begin with the classification and meaning of economic systems of the world, meaning and characteristics of developed and underdeveloped countries, then basic characteristics of Indian economy, structure of Indian economy, economic reforms measures of 1991, then components of economic reforms, environment and economic development. Lastly, India is a developing economy. So please try to remember the various subtopics and the meaning and the various important point from the point of the examination objective type questions, like meaning of Indian economy, economic systems, their meaning, classification, then meaning of structure of Indian economy, then the economic reforms, their components, that is meaning of liberalization, privatization, globalization, then environment and economic development, that is sustainable development, meaning of sustainable development, all these things that you have to be note from the point of the examination. So with this I conclude the syllabus of the first unit. We shall start new unit in the next video lecture. Thank you.